Right, now to the latest development in the Trump administration's escalating campaign against alleged drug traffickers in Latin America. The U.S. Navy announced it moved the USS Gerald R strike group, that's its largest and most advanced carrier strike group, from European Command into the Southern Command region. To break down what's happening, we're joined by CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata. Charlie, good morning. This is a significant decision. This is a massive move of U.S. assets.
Yeah.
Why is this happening, and what is being moved?
Errol, there's no overstating what is happening at the moment. And the Navy announced this yesterday, that the most sophisticated, largest, most advanced battleship in the world, not let alone in the U.S. Navy, the Gerald R. Ford, has crossed over from EUCOM into SOUTHCOM. This is a couple of weeks after the order came from, first of all, came from President Trump and then from Secretary Pete Hegseth to move that carrier strike group. So that carrier and a couple of destroyers that went with it, a couple more had splintered off to the east, but they join an armada of about 5 or 6 destroyers that are already in the Caribbean. There's the Iwo Jima amphibious, so 2,500 Marines. We're looking, when that Ford arrives, you're looking at upwards of 14,000, 15,000 U.S. forces in that area. And that's on a scale that has been unseen in decades. You asked me why? That may be down to interpretation, because the stated aim is this fight against narco-terrorists, right? There have been 19 strikes over the course of the past couple of months. At least 76 people have been killed that we know of, that the Pentagon has shared with us. But when you send that much military capability into that region, it's there to send a message, and it also has a capacity that goes well beyond drug interdiction.
And then, considering all that, how are countries in the region responding to this move?
Right, so there are questions as to whether this flexed up U.S. military presence is about getting rid of Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela. And there's a $50 million reward for information leading to his arrest. So Venezuela has activated their own defenses, they've announced yesterday. And neighboring Colombia, which has also been the target, not Colombia itself, but over the shores of Colombia, now in the Eastern Pacific, part of this drug interdiction, they say that they are no longer going to be sharing intelligence with the United States. And that is critical, because in those areas, the United States does have allies, certainly in the intelligence community, on the ground to see where these drugs are headed to. They're reliant on that, and although they're not sharing any of that intelligence with us or anybody else, they're reliant on that intelligence to figure out what's going on down there.
All right, we'll certainly keep a close eye on this. Charlie, thank you very much.
Thanks, Errol.